not, we'll move on. Look at this crazy thing I just found. I'm right next to this old tree here with all the poison oak growing up it. Look at this thing. Is that not cool or what? Oh, some kind of sponge. I guess that's all seeds or stamina, I forget what it's called. Gymnosperm or something like that. Wanting to reproduce. That's pretty cool. Hope it's not toxic. Alright, we're looking around this tree here. Usually you can find pretty decent things around old trees, so alright, back at you. So I stopped to drink a little water. This hasn't been the greatest site I've ever been to. You know, I'm finding relics, I'm finding some things, but man, they're really just garbage. Besides the one coin and, you know, the dog tag. I still haven't found the dog. He's out here somewhere, I'm sure. But I'll tool around here for a little bit longer. And I'm working my way up towards where I think maybe the house sat. I don't know. It's so hard to tell out here. But these pricker bushes got me all over the place. So alright, so I'll get back to you when we get our next good signal or so. I thought I just saw a deer run past, but it's just a cobweb that's shiny. Okay, see you later. So I believe we made a nice relic discovery here, and trying to put it on the front screen. It's not the best camera. This is a Samsung 5X. It's not so great. It's pretty old. It's been my metal detecting camera for years now. But I think we found a really nice relic. So just tooling along, just kind of thinking to myself, okay, I'm ready to go. And I get this this 70 signal, and then it jumped down to 20, and then it jumped down to 10, and then it went back up to the 40s. So I said, all right, let me just dig that and see what it is. And let's take a look together. It's things like this are pretty collectible. I enjoy finding stuff like this. So. Do you see it in there? Yeah, there it is right there. Alright, let's pull it out. It's a little button. Now, to determine what kind of button, we have to clean that off. So let me clean it and I'll be right back here. So this one's actually unreadable at the moment, but it looks like a common button that I would find that dates back to the turn of the century. And it's a nice little button. I have plenty of them like it. It's hard to tell. I think it says like something like blue or something on there. I forget what it says. But I think they wore them. I think they were jean buttons. Yeah, or coverall buttons. Something like that. Anyway, so, you know, the key to finding this stuff is one, you gotta have a good location. You gotta have a place to go. And, you know, the unique thing about it is out in the middle of the woods, where nobody would think to come out and search for lost treasure, relics from the past. And I guess that's, you know, where I excel. You know, I find these locations and I come out and I enjoy myself and get a little bit of relic hunting and treasure hunting, and at the same time some exercise and stuff. But the other key is you gotta have a good machine. You gotta have a good metal detector. It's gotta be able to decipher, you know, through the maze of garbage that's in the ground. Nails and iron and just, you name it, everything is at these old house sites. They just threw everything out of the yard. So it's got to have some decent capabilities. And, you know, it's just part of it's luck, but mostly you got to get that metal detector coil, that round thing right there, over a piece of treasure. And number one, besides location, sweep everything. Every little nook and cranny of an area you can get that loop, that coil loop over. You got to put that coil over that soil. It's the only way you're going to find stuff. You can't just come into a location and, you know, just twiddle around. You got to cover all of it, you know, as much as you can. I like to, as soon as I get into a spot, I'll just zip through it. I'll just do a big circle, and then I'll come right straight through the middle where I think the good stuff is. And I'm looking for hot spots, and you know, it gives me a good indication of where to slow down and concentrate my searches. So yeah, those are the keys, you know. And the other big thing is you have to know how to decipher all these signals that are going on that this metal detector is putting out. There's a ton of signals, and yeah, I got mine set on, I think it's like eight different signals all at once that you hear non-stop, and it's a lot to process, but you know, after a while of learning the machine, you can figure it out. Piece of cake, no problem. You can start finding good stuff. But anyway, so I'm just going to tool around a little bit more, and hopefully start thinking about leaving again, and then come across another. So, alright, back at you when we have something else. Alright, let's dig this signal together. This might be our last one, not sure. This is coming up at about 76. Do you see this pricker right here next to me? Always. It's like bad drivers. Can't get away from them. Get off me. Okay. These old house sites, for some reason, are loaded with prickers. Sounds like I hit it. I hope that's just a rock down there. It's hard to say what this was. It was a strange signal, but came out at 76 first, so it's got to be much deeper. There's rocks. Is that it? A piece of iron? What kind of iron is it? What object is this? Looks like some kind of old farming linkage. It's that circle. That's what gives this metal detector that coin signal. Yeah, it's some kind of rope attachment, probably to a side of a wagon or something like that. Yeah, it's a relic, but it's not what I thought it would be. I was hoping for at least copper or something. Okay, on to the next. Alright, just putting the front camera on again. So we're in here in this area. Can you see that? I think this was an old barn area, to tell you the truth. Because I am finding some implements. And a lot of mason lids still. Alright, so I have a 43 signal. Can't tell you what that is. Something bordering non-ferrous. So let's dig it together. Yeah, live digs are always fun. And it is right here. So let's just cross our fingers and say, hey, let's hope it's something nice. It's always fun to pull out good stuff. I can see it down there. Look at that. What in the world is that? Almost looks like a shotgun shell, but it has two sides. Oh, that's weird. Huh, that is interesting. Maybe it's a blank or something? Yeah, let's clean that up and take another look at it. Be right back. You know, it's interesting. I've never found anything like this. It looks like a shotgun shell. It says Winchester. I wonder if this is some kind of early patent where you stored this in your weapon as a safe measure instead of storing a live round in it. Because this is interesting. Look at this. One solid piece, two ends. Never found anything like that before. This might be rare. I'm going to post this on my Facebook Metal Detecting Group site, the ID Me site, and see what they say. I've never seen anything like that. Interesting. Okay, on to the next. So I wanted to give y'all an idea of the sounds I hear in my metal detector. Can you hear? Alright, listen carefully. That's a piece of iron. And we're trying to pick out nice little tones out of that. Like that. Hear that? That's the sound we want. That's a 40, 50. Alright, so we're going to want to dig that right there. Now I'm in relic mode right now. It said it was a bullet, so we'll check it out and see what it is. Alright, so back at ya when we get it all figured out. I'm going to put my headphones back on. So, after showing you all of the noise that I hear, keying in on one specific signal, it ended up being that right there, which is a little button. Yeah, nice little button. Probably nothing on this one, but it's an earlier button for sure. Probably 1920s, I imagine. Not super old, but nice little relic. I love finding buttons. So, that's how you do it. You gotta wade through all of those signals. There's a lot of stuff in the ground that give off signals, and minerals and iron and every type of metal you can think of. People threw on the ground back then in these old home sites. Alright, so let's move on and see what else we can find. So I'm not sure what we found here, but when it popped out of the plug, it looked pretty interesting. So let's take a closer peek at it. Here it is right here. Do you see that? Yeah. Maybe a button. Looks like it has some gold gild on it. Has the shank on the back of it. It's iron. But that is pretty interesting. Neat. Can't quite figure out what it is, except for a fancy button. I like finding stuff like that. We'll clean it up and get a closer look at it later. That is gold on there. It's gold leaf. Looks like some kind of tree or something. I don't know. Nice though. Alright, moving on. Alright, so this is going to be our last hole for the day. If I can remember where I made the signal. Okay. Trusty old detector. It's not a great signal. Sounds like a shotgun shell. But man, if it's anything like that last shotgun shelly kind of thing we found, I'll take another one of those. That's, I imagine that's a rare thing. I don't see anything in there yet. Didn't sound very deep. Just like to shake them right out. Shake out the root pile. Alright, let's take one more scoop out of there. Okay, swing the detector over it and see where it's at. Alright, it's right in here. It's in my hand. You see it? Yeah, there it is. It's a shotgun shell. Yes, last target of the day. Shotgun shell. It's usually the first and the last with many, that's what they're supposed to look like. That other thing I found, I don't know what that is, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so we'll see you at the motorcycle. So I'm back out of the woods, and yeah, that wasn't a bad spot. It wasn't a great spot. And will I come back? Yeah, maybe. You know, the thing with these old locations is you can't just hit them once. You got to come back time and time again, because every time you remove trash, you know, you're getting closer down to smaller targets. Small targets like coins, they always end up deeper because they kind of settle down a little bit more. Bigger targets kind of stay closer to the surface. But anyway, we got enough finds here to do a little wrap up. And first I wanted to show you this weird thing that's right next to us. Is that a termite mound, maybe? And look at the size of this hill. And yeah, that must be a termite mound, I imagine. It's huge. Alright, anyway, so here's what we pulled out of the ground today. Most of it you saw. A lot of junk, you know, I keep in my bag, and I didn't pull it out. It's just junk. Take it home, throw it away. But here we are. Take a look. Not a whole lot of stuff. And I don't think we were right on top of the actual home site yet. But there were a ton of mason jar lids. I saved this one because the glass inside was still intact. And find shotgun shells everywhere all the time. It's like people just went shotgun crazy back then. Here's that comb. It's like solid brass, copper, kind of bronzy material. It's all bent up and everything. That doorknob. Here's that shotgun shell piece, double-ended. You see how it's not right. It's weird. It must be some kind of patent. I'm sure it has a patent date on it. We'll research that and figure it out. I'm guaranteeing you that's significant in some way. And then we have that dog tag, 1935, and the 1944 penny. So most of this stuff we could probably date from 1920s to the 1940s. This I want to find out. You know, when did they start? I was covering up the microphone hole again. You know, that's a problem. They shouldn't put the microphone right on top where you have to hold the thing. It's a bad design. Samsung, you know, bad design. Think about that stuff. Come on now. But anyway, I hope you can hear me better. So we'll go back and research the rabies vaccine tags and when the U.S. decided that, you know, you have to have your dog vaccinated. And, you know, we have a 1935 tag. That's pretty early. And this little charm, which I think is sweet. A couple buttons. And this weird button. I'm going to take my time, clean that up real nice, and see what this is all about. It almost looks like it's porcelain glass with iron backing. It's kind of weird. Never seen anything like that. A little rivet, leather rivet. So, that's it. Headed out. I don't know if I'm going to go out again this week. Maybe this weekend. I got to look up a couple more sites. I want to hit a 1700 site. First settler site. Those are my favorite. I love hunting those. The iron relics that I find when I hunt those sites are amazing. And I like iron relics. Most people don't. They'll scrap them. Don't throw your stuff away, metal detectorists. You know, put it back, you know, for the next generation. You know, your kids may may want to follow in your footsteps and at least find something at some of the old locations you were at. Leave them something. Leave them a shotgun shell. Leave them a square nail. Leave them a big iron, whatever you're not going to bring out with you, and you're just going to throw it away if you do bring it out. Just leave it on the site. It's not going to hurt anything. A lot of metal detectorists say, oh, well, you find it, you gotta take it and do something with it, and that's not true. I didn't put it there, I don't have to take it away. Plus, this is a serious hobby for people like us. Leave some treasures behind. If you're not willing to keep it, clean it, and sell it, leave it behind for someone else to find. Your kids or mine. Alright, so on to the next, which may be in a week. Alright, so see you then.